Game number 1 is starting, and we're going to go into Himmelsdorf for the first map of Unity versus ESC. Voting is closed. We now see the lineups we have for ESC. IS3 ×2 and 3 5100s. That's Shy, Sovnik, Best X3, Shooter, Falcon, and the 2 T1s. We have Desnik and the German officer.
Oberstfuchs. On the side of Red Rush Unity, we got 5100, 4 IS3s, so the same tactic like Navi, and 2 T1s. It's Diador, Artishny, Anatolic, Lustikwell, Rhino, Bulkin, and Kapi.
And from the blue south, we do have the Unity team, and they're going the same way. This is the first time in Himmelsdorf we see a push both to the west, and we have both teams meeting there. As you can see, this is going to come to a head. The 5100s are going in A1, and the rest of the team is coming to the corner and supporting for Unity here. This might be an early clash for the first time here on Himmelsdorf.
Yeah, that will be cool. Kapi is already spotted, but also 2 tanks, the 5100 and the
he goes down immediately.
Shooter
the first
again.
shot retired from Lusik does not hit Oberstfuchs. That's his name. Fuchs. There you go. But now he does go down with the second shot as Lusik gets that. So, second time needed. Needed 2 shots for it, but he did get it. So now it's even, but now they know that both teams are on this side. Lusik is still spotted from that shot, but Sovnik is still showing.
And Falcon also, he's shooting and didn't get spotted. That's cool. He's in this small train station, Falcon. He don't get spotted. Schultz is covering here the 4th line, also aiming down if Unity tried to push. But yeah, Shooter is in a really tough position here to side scrape out, and if Red push, he can shoot. And
Sovnik gets that first hit against him. Really, really big hit. 445 or something like that. It was ridiculously high.
Yeah.
Great damage there.
Javin is trying to go in a more safe position on A3 area, so staying behind Shooter and Schultz, but not that open like before. And yeah, Unity, they playing a bit defensive now. I think they're trying to flank them and going for a relocate, but also ESC is relocating already 1 tank. And yeah, I think
on Twitter we have Terry here again from yesterday, and he's got a great pun again. I think he used the same pun yesterday. I would have to check, but today he says there is no escape. Fingers crossed from Unity. So yes, I swear he said that.
Something
yesterday.
similar. Yeah. But still, there's a movement from Unity. They're going for the hill with 1.
Yeah, they actually have split off. This is the split off here. We see the formation, defensive formation here for Unity, and that means that they're, even with 5 tanks, they're going to take a lot of damage ESC if they come this way. So they're going to now use their 1 tank to go around the back. It's a really intelligent move here from Unity.
Especially Schultz, the IS3 at D3 or D4 is an easy target for the 5100 on the hillside. But yeah, Schultz moved really in the open, trying to figure out is anything going on there. Lustikwell is no spotted, while Shooter trying to get a shell on him through the window, but yeah, Lustikwell already relocated a bit more safe, so no chance for Shooter here. And I'm really interested how Shooter's tactic or Shooter's help in the team from ESC work out. I mean, against Mind, I think he was one of the keys to victory.
Oh, right there in front of him. So yeah, he was definitely the key to victory for Mind, for ESC to defeat Mind. So we'll see if he continues being a critical part of their team now. But wait a minute. You see this push across the north there on on the A line.
It's Best experience, Nick going for the hill. So they smell there's something in the air on the hill, so let's go and check out what's going on.
Something smells fishy, and I'm going to go see what it is, because it isn't me. And they are going
hopefully.
to... Bulkin, though, is going to spot them as soon as they pop themselves up, and hopefully he spots both of them and not one.
Nice hit from the
Did he know he'll be there? Was that a blind shot, or did he actually get the vision?
He was spotted, but it was really a fast one, so he expected someone to pop up there, and it was really a nice and skillful shot.
Now, that's something I actually want to give to the players in the audience. That you probably don't know this so much, but if you use the auto drive, 1 tap of the auto drive, you actually retain most of your aim when you go around a corner. And clearly he knew that something would be at the top there. He slowed down to 1 auto drive, which means that he had like 90% of his aim still as he goes around the corner. He pre-aimed on that location and just clicked go. And that's how he got that shot. It wasn't a full speed, oh my god, what a luck shot. That was skill.
That's true. Yeah, it was definitely a skill shot. We had the perspective of him, and and now they're going back to the hill after they going down to the cap. And on the other side, the Unity player, I think Diador, is also playing more and more defensive. So The question is, if the 5100 is going up to the hill and Diodor will spot them, will Unity push 4 and 3 on the open, or will ESC be able to push 2 and 1 on the hillside without getting spotted early enough from Diodor?
I don't know. I mean, he's a really intelligent player. Diodor is a pub star and a half. This guy is super impressive singular. I think he is a guy that we've noticed even from his first season where he was in New Star.
Yeah.
And he was a young player back then. I mean, I think he's only 18 now, but back then he was 15 or 16 or something like that.
Yep.
Although it hasn't been that long since season 1. It's been 1 year.
So
he was either 16, he's turned 17 or something, but he's definitely one of the youngest players in the league, if not the youngest.
Yeah, that's true. And yeah, no, best 6-3 is getting closer to the hill. A lot of pings coming up at C3, the tank was spotted again. So I think Unity think still that ESC is at the open area.
Wait a minute, Diodor's not moving. He is angled for the retreat. This is a really good angle there. As you can see, he can run away full speed. He goes faster forward than he does in reverse. So it's a really good angle there by Diodor.
Bust X3 got also spotted, but Surveying was not spotted, so we don't know about the second 5100. And also the 5100 from ESC are ready to run away. So ESC is also not sure if there are only 1 tank or 2 tanks from red on the top, or maybe all 3.
If I was Diodor, I would move a little bit further forward, but I guess he doesn't want to block his aim to the far left. Yeah. He does not know that 2 is on the hill, and I guess he would assume that there's just 1. Great use of the spotting mechanics there for ESC as they use the best X3, comes to the top and not both of them at the same time. If they wanted to push against him, they use both at the same time, but they don't. They don't reveal that Sovnik is there because it would leave them open on the other side. But great shot from Reno, evening the playing field. All the T1s are down, but look at this. F1, Antolic.
Yeah. That will be the question what they are doing now. I think they will relocate now to the open. They know there's something going on the hill, so fast relocate to the 1-2 line and then do what we already want to do in the beginning of the game. Do a push here, and F1 the tank is he's really aggressive, so if he gets spotted, Schultz and Shooter should be able to shoot him, and Falcon maybe will spot him soon. He's going forward here in the small train station.
Oh, he is spotted. Altichny is spotted.
Yeah, and Falcon got a really good position here to shoot through this little gap in the entrance hall here. And their first shelter flying to Anatolic as well.
Actually, I want to point out that yes, Diodor isn't the youngest. I remember it was Vorsic who was the youngest one, but Artichny takes a huge shot in the middle there. The 5100 in B2 is doing an amazing amount of damage. 2 shots. Artichny can't actually get out of there. 3 shots against him. This is huge play by ESC, and another shot from Shooter, but doesn't get through. He's down to 311. If this next shot penetrates, he could go down, but he's now in a really safe place. It'd be very unlucky if he goes down now.
Yeah, looks like Falcon is on reload, or he tried to relocate to Anatolic. Didn't shoot any more shells out.
Oh, and what a play. Which was the 5100 shooting? Falcon,
yeah.
Very nice.
In a really good position. And I have to correct you, Vorsic is not playing anymore for Red Rush Unity. He's switched to the European.
I know he is not playing for Unity. I said he is one of the youngest players.
Yes.
He was playing with Diodor
before, that's true.
In New Start together. That's what I meant. I'm going to correct myself. He was the youngest player, not Diodor. That was all. They're both young, and they used to play together very well, but they split off this season.
Yeah. So Falcon is moving forward to the A1 position. He wants to shoot Anatolic, that's for sure. But I think there's no chance actually, so he tried to relocate again. Maybe he can see Artichny again. He's down to 311 hit points. That should be 1 shell.
People are trying to remember the quote of Diodor is at full health. Or max health, should I say. And actually it was on Abbey. It was on Abbey, and they were in the center, and all this damage was going down, and it looked really bad for his team. But then all of a sudden Diodor came out of nowhere at max HP, and I was like, oh my god, Diodor is at max HP, and I thought he was going to turn it around for New Star, but then he ran right into the middle of 3 tanks, and he just got picked apart. One guy would come out, as soon as he looked at them, another guy would come out, and he didn't get a single shot off and died from max HP to nothing. Oh. And that is where the quote comes from. I believe I challenged someone to go through the RivetingTV archives and find that moment, but I do believe it was on Abbey.
Yeah, that could be. Only 55 seconds left now on the clock, and Artichny is down to 300 hit points. I don't think that Unity will move, so it's up to ESC maybe to try something to go forward and finish the game in their favor. I'm
really surprised that this turned out a draw. Do you know what? The time has gone so quickly.
Yeah.
I really didn't realize this was a draw. Yeah, but 40 seconds left. This actually could end. I was having too much fun that I actually didn't realize we played the full 10 minutes already.
Yeah, really, just fly away. And the teams were trying at least something. I mean, going
Yeah,
for the hillside, going for the open, shooting.
When these sort of draws happen, I'm not too complaining. There was always something happening. They lost their T1s and now they're failing to commit, and that's fine. I understand Unity failure to commit because of Artichny's mistake. ESC, pretty surprised they didn't do something. But this is a decent draw. Lusik is taking this damage purely because he knows it's time over. It doesn't matter. But plays happen. See, there is two types of draws in World of Tanks. This was just people made their plays. It didn't work out for either team. Perfectly acceptable. Yeah. It wasn't boring. But the other ones with Na'Vi, it's like nothing happened. That sort of draw is unacceptable. And
not even movement.
Yeah, both teams had a plan and they kind of countered each other. Artichny almost died, 0 damage, and almost completely whacked. This sort of things is not so bad.
No, that can happen. And also, I mean, it was a really fast game for us to watch, and for the player it's even more faster because you're so focused, so concentrated. So this 10 minutes feels like 2 minutes into the game.
It does. My first draw, because I promised myself when I started A-Series in professional play just to get my practice up as a personal player, my promise was to my team, like, we will never draw. And then we met on Ruenberg against a team that we were really even with, and I just couldn't find a crack in their defenses. They were defending, and I promised to be an attacking team, and I got too nervous. I didn't want to commit the assault. I was in a T1, so I wasn't leading the team. I couldn't give that order to just charge in, and I wasn't confident enough. But here is the percentage. ESC is down 43%. So you guys think Unity have this, but that is a lot closer, considering Unity's second in the league, and ESC were 7th, 8th in the league. That is an impressive vote for ESC.
Exactly. Yeah, showing what they showed yesterday against Mind, and also Unity. I mean, yesterday, before the tournament starts, I would say 80% Red Rush Unity, maybe 20% ESC, maybe 75 to 25. But yeah, after the impressive game yesterday and the struggling moments from Unity against Tau.
There's Falcon's attack there, 1,189. And Antelich in second place, miles behind. I think most of this damage though came right at the end where they would just drive out into the open for no reason. So I don't think it really tells anything of the story. But what is the next map?
Minsk. Minsk will be the next map. So first the 2 city maps, and then we go for the more open maps.
Yeah, well, we'll see how these teams handle the Insk map, and will they go both into the west and conflict early, or will they go into the field and conflict early, or will they do the run around?
Hopefully this time both teams immediately pushing through the city. I mean, last time in A-Gaming against Na'Vi, A-Gaming pushed also super aggressive in the city, but Na'Vi was staying defensive and then decided, okay, let's go back. I hope that both teams going for this.
Because it can be really interesting, the angles you have to go down and the way you come through. If you even have a numbers advantage, you have 3 or 4 guys, let's say you have 4 versus 2, and if you drive into the narrow corridors in the city, you can actually block your teammates. You can't get the DPM out. You can't focus the fire very well. So it's a really interesting map because there's so many different avenues of attack, and that every second counts. It takes you 8 seconds to get around the back of them. Let's
also, the railway play is really impressive from the teams with IS3s.
It has been really impressive. Let's look out for the railbow. Anyway, let's go into game number 2, ESC versus Unity. First map was a draw, so it's still 0-0. Let's see those tank lineups.
Yes, on the ESC side we got 2 5100s, Basic 3 Sovietnik, 3 I3s, Falcon, Shooter, Schultz, and 2 T1s, Disneynet and Oberst Fuchs.
And then we have 4 IS3s. This is the second time we've seen the strategy, but not on this map, was it?
No, it was on
it was Na'Vi using it on Himmelstoff. But Rhino, Lusik, Kat Bolkin, sorry, not Kat Bolkin, Antelich and Artichny are in the IS3s. Diodor is in the 5100, Kat Bolkin, that's T1 Cunningham. So let's go into the battle and see what happens. We have movement here up the top here as the entire of ESC comes straight into the city, pushing through. This is the same thing we saw, but this is not a defensive formation here for Unity. They're actually pushing to the other side, so they will not conflict, even if they both go in. However, Diodor is watching both the left and right side of the center column.
Exactly, and also the super aggressive start from ESC directly stopped in the first building area, so they also all grouped up for sure, but they're defensive, and the same on the other side on for Unity. All grouped up, but also super defensive in the cap. They're hoping that they can spot something, the trackway down, and the railway's down and shoot it. But nothing there, not even Shooter, so they have to wait for more targets here.
Yeah, but they have been spotted a lot. Lucic and Rhino have both been spotted, and the pings go out to get them out of there. Looking into the tweets, we have Krill saying, "Definitely need more blood out there. Do not want to make this Navi AG version 2."
No, nobody wants that.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Okay, so we are seeing the movement from Unity as they see the general push of their team is into the west. This is a strategy. This is the good thing about these teams. Although the first map was a draw, they're both having a plan of attack.
Yes, that's true. And also the tanks from ESC are heading for the city, and I think they are actually not sure because the T1 spotted a lot of the tanks in the base from Unity. So I think actually they're waiting for another spot because they don't know going for the open or for the city, and they can't split the tanks because if they split the tanks for the city and for the open and Unity push with all 5 tanks at one area, they have no chance to defend it. So I kind of agree that ESC play a bit more defensive now until they spot more, and that will happen soon because the T1 will spot the 5100 is it there from Unity.
Yeah, it's actually, they've just been spotted again in the middle here as Rhino is keeping himself spotted. But I love this move. They're deliberately getting spotted, I think, because they have already in position their IS-3s round the side. Artichny and Lucic are ready to go.
And the good thing, Oberst Fuchs can't spot them because he's in a nice bush, but there's a building between the tier 8s, the T1 and himself. So he can spot them only if they're coming to the red line or going for the cap, but actually they're super safe from spotting, and that will be the chance. I think if they're pushing down the rails with the 2 tanks, and then they're trying to get focused out from ESC, they can support him
now easily. They've been spotted. I didn't know if that was deliberate or not. I don't think it was, because the T1 down in K8 has ninja spotted them all, and this is actually huge for ESC as they now know what the plan is, and Unity are actually going to commit. This is impressive. I did not expect a commitment, but Diodor, he's too far away to really support them. I guess he's expecting them to come around the back, but that is not happening. He is just detached from his teammates. ESC has an opportunity right now, but the formation here from Unity is pretty impressive.
Yeah, exactly, and the tactic is really similar to the tactic Navi played.
Oh, great shot against Shooter from Artichny.
Yeah, and Schultz and the other guys can't really help him so far. They're aiming through the windows, but the guys from Red are so safe that they can't really help his teammate. And they still know there's Luciquel and maybe someone else waiting at the J area to go into the cap at any time.
Yeah, what were you about to say about the comparison? You were about to compare it to some other tactic.
Yeah, Navi played something similar with the tank in the base, but it was Leshahi going down the 5th line then, and now he is relocating to the 8th line, so also to the open area, while the tanks are going back from Red. I don't know why they don't try to go forward and deal some damage with the T8s. Oberst Fuchs, spotted the T1, blind shooting him now. Get also spotted, but best X3 finish off Kapi before he can shoot back to Oberst Fuchs.
Now this is a full retreat for Unity. It's a really dangerous situation they're in, but it seems like they're going to get away with it.
Yeah, it really looks like. And now I think Unity have to go for the city if they want to do something. They can't really go for the open anymore. And ESC, it's the question how they react now. They don't spot them anymore. They know they are going back. So they can't really play aggressive now because they got no information about the movement from Unity. And I think ESC is kind of trapped now in this area. They can't go back to the open.
Kind of. I think Unity are playing really smart at the moment. The way they withdrew there, they were firing, expecting ESC to follow them, but ESC were not following them at all, so it was just a bunch of wasted shots. But it was really intelligent the way that they just were expecting things. I love their movements. They're doing things really well. Really solid.
Yeah, on the track side, it's really an interesting battle, even if not that many shells are fired. But ESC is now moving aggressive more to the city, and Best X3 going up on this little ramp behind the window, and he spotted 2 tanks from Unity, and we will see definitely a fight now because there's no way to escape for a team safe.
Yes, if you see this map incoming, we have the entire force of ESC versus the entire force of Unity. This will be it. Neither team can back out of this, surely.
And
Diodor is going to spot them. Shooter has been spotted so far, but he's got to be careful because if he... Oh, there he goes! The Best X3 gets a great shot against the side of Diodor's turret by Artichny, Rhino, Antelich are ready to come in, and ESC are ready for them. And here goes the fight as Antelich gets focused, but he somehow gets... No, he doesn't get out. He is killed. He was almost out. That was a 1% chance hit. Great shooting there by ESC. What focus fire. That's just really good.
Perfect flanking from Iltape as a Shooter and Schultz. They managed to kill and finish him off. And yeah, they share the hit points while one tank is dead from red. And now they can go maybe from another side and flank. And Diador get another hit. It's down to 393. So it will be maybe the next target for ESC. A shooter in
Definitely, they want to take out Diador before he retreats. And if he tries to cross it, there's probably like a slight area they can hit him. They probably will, because ESC are playing like bosses.
Yeah, they perfectly executed it. Also, the use of the third 5100 compared to the IS-3, the second 5100 compared to the 4 IS-3s, it's working really well for ESC. And you have to play aggressive if you got more auto loss, if you want to use the burst damage.
That's right, but we now have the T1 play here from ESC moving up the railroad tracks, going straight for the cap.
Yeah, Desnet and Oberstwux are ready to start the cap immediately after Unity decide to engage or have to fight. And it's only Bulkin and 1T1 left. Kapi is already dead, so nearly no chance to beat 2 T1s.
Yeah,
and relocating also from the 5100s to the railroads to flank Unity.
There's no way Rhino did not see that tree goes down, so he knows it's definitely more than one tank here. But yeah, this looks like Unity are going to get surrounded by ESC. Can ESC pull this tactic off? But Shooter gets hit again. Lusik and Artichny just in a perfect position to deal damage to ESC if they try and escape. But Artichny misses that shot. It was too rushed. He definitely was not on max aim there. But here comes the T1 play from the rear of from ESC.
Will be really interesting if Soviet and Best X3 pop up behind the Artichny and the other heavy from Red. I think they can focus them out while they're going with the T1s in the cap. Maybe the T1s moving forward into the cap to bait the shell from Artichny, that they can't get backfire from the IS-3, and then try to land a few shells with the 5100s.
Ping's going out on top of Rhino. They want something from him, either to get him back or to push him forward. But here we go. The T1 is spotted. Balkin spots him going across. He decides to open fire, which is a big mistake. He doesn't realize how much of a mistake that is, although they didn't capitalize on it.
No, but Falcon is also now moving forward in his IS-3, so there are 3 tanks. I think they are happy now that 1T1 reached the area behind the rock, so Red have to go deep.
Oh, and there he goes down. Best X3 decides to reveal himself, and there's the rest of ESC lit up. They did manage to spot him, so his last dying gift to his team is that. But now Unity are a lot of trouble, as Desnis is trying to block the shots there. They don't want to waste a shell on that T1, but he's there annoying them. And now they have to push into the cap circle. They have 1 minute 14 to do something, and they have to be trying smart. But X3 gets hit. Nice shooting there, but Lusik is going all the way down on 100 HP. He's getting blocked by Artichny and Rhino now, so he is a bit safe, but great shooting. Now
it's a time to go in and finish off at least one more tank from Unity, then go for the reload and finish the game off. The T1 is killed, so they have to kill them.
Artichny is put on fire. That's his fire kit gone. Falcon's behind him. He doesn't have anywhere to hide. If they go for one more shot on Artichny, he is down. It looks like this is the first map going down for Unity. ESC are on fire. They're playing so well on this offline tournament. If anything, they are the threat that Na'Vi should be watching out for, and I bet you Na'Vi hasn't studied them so much.
No, I don't believe that. And yeah, Schultz is now baiting a bit Rhino into the end, while Falcon is going for Lusik and Dorjan.
Lusik's going to waste his shot against Desnik. Is he going to do it? Yes, he is. So now they're going to move in and they're going to take him down. Rhino's still at 1,000 HP. He's going to chase shy, but it's going to be too little, too late. And he's now on the run. Unity are going to lose this first game, but oh, wait a minute. If he gets out of there, it could be a draw. His edge is down and he goes down. ESC take the second map. 1-0 to ESC. Fantastic play.
Also in the end, even it was only one tank alive, Schultz played super patient, do the mouse strike, just side scrape to do the safe shot and risk nothing. It looks like EC is 110% focused and ready for this event.
Yeah, definitely 100% focused, 100% serious, and 100% ready to take the crown today. Now, we did say something at the start, that the only 3 teams that could possibly go to the grand finals are A Gaming, Unity, or Mind for getting second place. The only time anyone else get to the finals is if they get number 1. Yeah. If they beat Na'Vi. Now, this could be a huge upset for everyone if they not only defeat Mind, but Unity and then Na'Vi. And then go to the finals. But this happened in Season 1, where it went through to the finals and it was New Star, and then even with the +1 game, they lost every single game in the finals, and that was the end of that. Yeah. So, you know, it has happened before, and Na'Vi still brought it back from the losers bracket. So.
That's true. But if ESC win against Unity, they will face Na'Vi in the winners bracket final, and if they lose, they get a second chance.
Yes, they get another pop.
Bracket.
Yeah, they get another pop, and wow, just the way they're playing now is amazing. Falcon doing amazing damage again, so did Shy, and the only other 2 team members there, Sovnik and Best X3, really close together. I believe their last team member is not far behind as well. Yes, he's at 1,114, so he's one shell behind.
Yeah,
that
shooter,
is it.
one shell behind.
But
yeah.
Unity had nowhere near the same. They had Lucic, who had 1,600, but the nearest guy to him was Rhino with 800. It was nothing.
Nothing. No. Yeah, Unity had absolutely no chance. In the beginning, I said, okay, Unity is playing more aggressive, try it out. But yeah, you see, read the game. They know, okay, they're going back, and that's the way they go. And then
Really good play.
they're trapped then in the north of the city. Unity can't escape. They had to fight, and then they take perfect advantage of the 150, 100 more they got.
Yeah, they just did really well. I'm really impressed by ESC's play, and I'll be really happy for them to continue. If they play like this, they deserve it.
Yes.
No one would have predicted this. If they would have been the long odds, it'd be the 40-1 betting chance to get these guys to go through. But they destroyed mine. They're going to destroy Unity if they keep playing like this.
Exactly.
And now we have to be scared if they keep playing like they did just in the previous game. And that was just really, really impressive from
It
ESC.
was, impressive. Nothing else to say. And next map will be Cliff.
Cliff. Now, this is a strong map for Unity. They're really good on Cliff,
Yeah, they're
from what
really
we
good,
know.
yeah.
What do we know from the past? I believe they have played on Cliff this season.
Yeah, they played in the regular season on Cliff. It was a 3-1 victory for Unity. So Unity know how to defeat ESC, but yeah, ESC is not playing like in the regular season actually.
They're really not. But not only that, it's a best of one per map. So
Exactly.
I mean, I believe we have Laughter from the EU commentary team in the audience, and he's the one who can tell you that anything can happen if it's a best of one. If you play Go For What, for example, the tournament, the 90% of the tournament is a best of one, and big teams get taken out by absolute no-namers just because they did something absolutely crazy or just caught one tank
that
out of
often
position
happens.
or something. It happens a lot. So, you've got to be careful with these best of ones per map. It can get crazy. It really can.
That's true, yeah. And I'm really want to know if we see this time 51390s from Unity or 41390s.
That is the other question, isn't it? Are we going to see a lot of 90s, or are we going to see the more heavy lineups? It seems that teams are favouring the more heavy lineups. The more light lineups are struggling a bit. The 490s have lost both times so far, and the teams with double Pershings have also lost. So I do expect to see one Pershing, maybe dual T69s or something like that. But I do believe that Pershing 69 and 390s have the most successful lineup we've had so far.
Yeah, something like that. Or I'm still waiting for the first object. I tell every time we got to Cliffs that maybe see an object now, so maybe this time we see an object.
Maybe
I hope for it. I really like it
say,
on Cliff.
I think it's worked well on Cliff. We've seen it in Season 2 for sure. So it has been successful, but it just seems to be not the flavour of the week.
Looks like,
the IE teams do not seem to want to bring it. And the only time we have seen it, it died without doing more than 600 damage. So
that's true. Even as Navi used it on Runeberg, it didn't work really well.
It didn't work for them, yeah.
No.
In fact, it was killed in the open field first and did 2 shots. So it's a risk. It's a light tank. It's easy to kill once you spot it, and you can focus it down. It's good to use it if you get into the brawl and it's ignored or you just can't get your hits on it. But at this level of play, it's just so easy to kill it, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
And it's a high priority target too.
Yeah, for sure. You have to focus them out. It's low on hit points, so go for it.
Low on hit points, low on armor.
And a good gun.
Yeah, great gun. And the maneuverability is good, but not great, so it's pretty easy to kill. The only thing it's got going for it is the high camera value for a med, and also the low profile to actually hit it. So if you get a bad RNG roll, you might hit a little bit too high or something like that. So 5100 struggle against them at med range.
That's true, yeah.
So yeah, apart from that. Anyway, what's the next map again? It's Cliff. Yeah, so Cliff, we are... What's the result so far for these guys playing this tournament on Cliff? I believe ESC has played on Cliff against Mind.
Yeah, they played against Mind and was in the mid area. First time they're waiting, I think, 1.5 minutes, and then they pushed over and totally overwhelmed them. I think it was A Gaming won it. It was the first round. ESC
they actually lost this map, but Unity, how did they play this map?
Unity played yesterday. I don't think so.
Did they not play it?
No, I think they played the city maps.
Well, let's see how they played. Right here, right now, in map number 3, it's currently 1-0 to ESC. Let's go into the match setup.
Yeah, for ESC, we got Falcon and Schultz in the T69, the Gunslingers, Best 63, Shooter, Sovietnik in the 3090s, Disnet, and Oberst Fuchs in the T1s.
And we do see the Gunslingers, Antelich and Diador here as well for Unity. Plus, you've got the 3 1390s, Rhino Lucic and Artichny. Cap and Bulking supporting them from behind. Mirror matchup here today. Expected. I did expect one of the teams to bring a Pershing. It kind of counters the gunslingers, kind of. I do prefer it from the south position rather than the north position, but that's
from
just
the
me.
north, you need the 6-9 more, I think. And from south, you can play with a Pershing, but it looks like the two teams decided, okay, let's go for 2 69s. And yeah, 3 30-90, so mirror matchup. And looks like Unity is going for the 1-2 line. And also with nearly all tanks, only 11390 is going up to the usual position.
Yeah.
The question is, will Disney do a better job than the last T1 in this area and spot them?
He's not. Maybe
spot.
he spots one, but now he's still on the far side. He hasn't spotted anyone else, and the rest of the Unity is going to get up, no problems at all. But
Zovnik and
Zovnik and
immediately
Best3 are going to be able to prevent them from getting up, or at least do so much damage to Artichny before this happens. Will it go down? But now he's let them get up. He's made a mistake. He's let Rhino get up, and now it's going to be a trouble. But one shot station far, but Zovnik's going to go down. He's going to ricochet, double ricochet. He is so lucky, but Rhino now in trouble. He's going to get blocked by Artichny. Artichny's getting in the way, and the 69s are getting here. This is going to be bad for somebody, and Falcon and Shy are here, but Falcon doesn't prevent the shot and hits the ground on his first, down to 631 HP. This is really bad situation for someone, and I'm not entirely sure who.
Yeah, it's also, I mean, they can easily escape here, the red guys, to going down, but if they are all down, they can't really defend themselves.
The action hasn't finished though, so Lucic is down to low HP, and so is Shooter after their own personal fight. Shooter's going for the kill though, will he get him? No, Lucic gets out of there. Well, Shooter is now chasing him to the end of the earth, while the main fight is going on the other side, but the T69s for Red Rush Unity are in a better position here than ESC. ESC needs to withdraw from the situation.
Yeah, that's true, and also the 2 69s for Red are on full hit points, while Falcon is down to 630 and Schultz is also down to 1080. So hit point wise, it's slightly in favor.
Really smart, coming back, not abandoning his team. He can see Zovnik, he can see the others. This is great spotting from him. And Artichny goes down. That was a play from ESC, going 2 from the right, 2 from the left, and being able to
Lucic is in super position now with his 300 hit points. He already finished one of them.
Great blocking from Shy over Falcon. Falcon is still alive even with 100 HP. Great blocking from Shy, but it might be too little too late. And at the same time, this is so close. The HPs are low all around. Shy's down to 96. He goes down. Unity have the edge now, but Shooter is going in round the back. He's going to run into Lucic. Will Lucic be able to get him before he gets him? He will be. Ricochet! But the T1 loses his HP enough that Shooter kills him easily with one shot. That's why the T1s are important, even in the firefights. The shooting continues though, and Unity takes out yet another as Falcon goes down, and Shooter's now one of the most important tanks back in the middle.
Best
only
3 is now hunting Artichny is down to 88 hit points. Will he finish him off? No, he missed a shell. He got another one. No, he didn't get another one, and no, Artichny can escape to his friends.
But Rhino is ready to support him.
Theodore is now behind Best 3.
He might be loaded, and he's going to aim now for Best, and Best might get the shot right now. No, but Best is still loaded.
Theodore missed Best 3, and Shooter have to come
now
up
he's
and
gonna
help
go
him.
down. He's going to go down now easily, but Dido goes down to 309 HP. Shooter's the last one left. Can he do the damage before? But I believe he's on reloads.
We got 2 T1s as well in cap for Red Rush Unity, so it's all about Shooter, but I think there's no way he can reset the cap, evading 3 combat tanks waiting for him.
No, there he goes down. What a shot. Oh no, that was
Shooter is still here behind the rock. I think he didn't recognize so far that the cap is running, otherwise he had to move already.
Yeah, it's game over there. ESC fought hard. This was super close, but it's got to go 1-1. ESC lose the third map. Unity are back in it. It's 1-0 after 3 games. What a bunch of matches. I hope you guys are satisfied after the Navi. A little bit of disappointment for the action side of things, but this is more than making up for it. Capture win for Unity, but it was also a decisive victory. 1-0. Crazy.
Wow. Yeah, really. And that's how all games should be. Oh, it's so impressive. Up and downs, all the sides, shells flying around, bounces here, bounce there.
Oh god, the amount of bounces, it was crazy. Yeah. We got to see those stats.
From a 30-90. I mean, unbelievable. The 30-90 bounce shells.
Antelich got focused down. I thought it was over for Unity when Antelich died like that, but so did Shy. Shy got the exact same treatment in reverse. It was kind of like whenever one team got the advantage, the other team neutralized that advantage immediately.
Yeah.
But Dido, oh wow, did he play strong. If it wasn't for his amazing play, I believe that they would have lost the game. Unity definitely brought it back. I was going to say Dido brought it back for Unity. It was so good play. I believe he got 3 clips off and hit most of the shots.
Something like that.
Just really good play.
Really well played by him. Yep. That you need if you want to win in this close battles. But I can't believe how strong ESC is playing this offline event.
Yeah, I mean,
nobody
that
expected
was
it.
even Stevens. Could have gone either way
Exactly.
at any point, but that's not how a 2nd versus 8 should be.
No, it's not what Red Rush Unity want. I mean, they're
what they
expecting,
expected.
okay, we're going to the finals and then we fight against Navi who will win, but not against ESC.
Not against ESC, but ESC surprised Mind and threw them to the losers bracket. They've already taken one game away from Unity, but Unity have managed to stop their wrecking ball early,
Yes.
so that momentum hasn't built for them. Where it was the reverse yesterday, I believe. They lost the first game and
Exactly.
then built
Yesterday
it
it
back
was otherwise,
against Mind. So it's going to be one of those situations. Can ESC recover from a loss? We haven't seen them do that yet. We've seen them spring back, but they've not been stopped. When they're kicking ass, and it's now been stopped mid-flow. So can they come back from that?
The fourth map will be Minsk. Unity lost yesterday on
Unity
Minsk
lost against Tau.
Tau.
It's probably one of the weakest maps. So let's see if ESC can take advantage of that. And probably the morale for Unity is down on the map, but it must be high after just winning that battle on ESC.
Exactly, yeah.
I hope they're keeping their calm anyway, because that's the only way they're going to beat ESC, if they keep calm, because ESC seems to be calm regardless. I wish we had a zoom in on the ESC players right now, because I really want to see their temperament after their loss. Here we go. And these guys seem okay. They seem calm. They seem focused. They don't seem like they're thinking. And Icy Box is a sponsor, and it sounds like a really, really suited name for them.
Ice cold players, yeah.
Ice Cold. These guys are doing really well. But here comes the location selection. I believe that's what they would have just done there, the referee behind. Damage from the previous battle. There we go. Oh, Lucic as well. I didn't realize Lucic did just as much damage. 11 shots fired, 8 connected for him. 11 shots fired for Diodor and 8 connecting. It wasn't as high as I expected, actually, for Diodor.
Yeah.
He only got, it was 3 clips, but only 8 connecting. But Lucic did really well as well. So these two players...
Yeah, they are also the key players for Unity, Diodor, Lucic, and also Vortic. Before he leaves the team, these 3 players were the core top gamers from Unity.
Yeah, well, they've done really well, and that is actually the guy on the left there you saw, the really big face. That is Diodor. So, you just got a nice close-up of his face there.
Yeah.
So...
What to expect on Minds?
Minds. Now, I do expect a T32 now. It seems to be really favouring. People are going like... They're expecting the light lineups, and they're realizing that the only way to beat the light lineups is actually take a T32. Beforehand, they were unfavored because how slow they were.
Yeah.
But the armor against the T69s and the decent armor against the 90s plus the WZs equal a pretty good tank to play. And it's a small map, so the mobility is not as much of a disadvantage as people first thought.
Yeah.
It's really nice to see it back. It would seem to be like a 110 or an IS-3 choice for heavy tanks.
Yeah.
Now the T32 has really come back strong, and I'm really liking that.
Yeah, that's true. And Mainz, you pointed out, it's such a small map, so if you're in the mid area with the T32, you can go everywhere.
Yeah, and it's not going to get caught out away from your team so much.
Yeah.
The mobility is not as important on mines. Anyway, the position and taking advantage of the train is.
And also in case of this blind pick, so you don't know what the enemy team is playing. It's a too high risk to go for 2 or 3 3090s or 2 VZs.
Navi did it in their first game on day 1 where they actually played super aggressive, but if they ran into the KV5 lineup, they probably would have fell flat. So
yeah, I think they faced also media lineup, or they didn't face T32s. Yeah,
it wasn't T32s, it wasn't KV5s.
Pershings, I think 2 Pershings.
A Pershing, wasn't it?
Or 1
I'm
not sure about it, but it was a medium lineup, not a really heavy lineup.
Yeah, exactly, and that worked perfectly against that. It was perfectly fine. But against a heavy lineup, it just I don't think it would cut the mustard. I just don't think it would.
Yeah, I think same, yeah.
But actually talking about the NA finals, a lot of the chats were talking about the North American finals that was recently, not too long ago. Definitely check that out. The stream's going to end after this this set.
Yeah.
So if you've got time, I know it's early evening for the Europeans and early morning for the Americans. Check it out. The esports show last time at YouTube/WG Esports. They have a review there on the esports show. If you don't just want a summary, it's great games. It has links to the best ones, but you can go and check it out on their archive, and I think it's WGLNA on YouTube, just WGLNA, so Wargaming League, WGLNA. So definitely check those out. It's really good games, totally different pace of games for most of the teams. Fnatic are crazy in the offline finals.
Crazy aggressive, yes.
We won't spoil the finals if you haven't seen it. I think you should have already seen the news, but they play super aggressive, a bit stupidly at times. And they'll be the first ones to admit
a bit
that.
the Uli style, I would
Bit
say.
uli. Yeah, they took a page out of Spells. They take a
Spell.
page out of Spells' book.
Yeah.
It's been a long, long day. Anyway, I think we're going to be going into the next map very shortly. We'll be able to see the lineups on them. Have they met here before, on offline or online?
No,
these two teams?
no. Not,
This will be the first time.
It was not an official map so far.
Oh yeah, of course it was switched with Abbey.
Yeah.
Abbey
No, with Lakeville.
With Lakeville.
Yeah.
Okay, it was switched with Lakeville. Lakeville was a map for the season, but Lakeville didn't really get the results
it was
intended, so they
too
switched back to
defensive
Mines.
yeah.
And I think, was Mines Tweet to patch back? Was Mines the one? Tweets? No? No, it wasn't Tweet. I wonder why they removed it from the map pool in the beginning. It's always been a
I
favourite
think,
mapping.
yeah, it get changed recently completely. Before it was really favored for one side, so the spawn decide basically the victory. But yeah, the rework from Wargaming from the map changed
So which patch was that though? That's
2
what
patches
just
ago.
It was 2 patches. So it
2
was
patches.
recently. I was right. He
Yeah,
wasn't
recent.
listening. Germans. Anyway, so, okay, what I want to see now, we're going to do another test of where you're from. So, are you from the EU region? What part of EU? Are you still up from Asia? Have you been watching from this morning? I know we had a lot of Korean, Asians early on in the morning, and we had barely anyone from EU, and now we've got mostly EU people, I believe. And maybe a few North Americans? Maybe. Where are you from? Where are you watching? Who are you cheering for? Let's see those votes again. I can't remember who it was. I believe it was in favour of Unity, but not by much.
Yeah, it was 54 to 46%. I
I'm
think
not
something
entirely
like that.
sure. Hopefully
Yeah, it was really close. 4% I
Okay,
think
it
in
was
favor
4%
of
difference.
Unity.
We have a poem here from Novosjek saying, roses are red, violets are blue, unity is dead, ESC just did that to you. Kind of faltered at the end of your poem there, sir, but yes, it's now 1-1 though. We're getting some good poetry
Yeah,
and
cool.
puns today. I think we enjoy the puns here on this stream.
Yeah, and really hard
puns.
decision later for us to check out the tweet of the day.
Yeah, definitely. You guys, I think we've got a top 10 for today.
Yeah.
So you're all going to get gold, but who gets the special gold tag? The TOG 2.
Special talk 2.
Anyway, we are
Looks
ready.
like we're waiting for best X3.
Best X3 ready. If we can look behind us, we can see all the players are at their seats and ready to go. But obviously, we're waiting for about 3 more seconds. I'm ready to go.
Best X3 right.
Ready to go. I want to see the action. Okay, 3 maps have been played. The first one was a draw. It was a fighting draw on Himmelsdorf. And then the second map was taken by ESC. Third by
Red Rush Unity.
Red Rush. See, I keep seeing R in my mind. I think, no, it's Unity. Anyway, let's go into map number 4. It is Mines. 1-1 currently in Unity versus ESC. Let's go to the tank lineups.
Yeah, we got on the side of ESC Schultz in the 5100, Falcon in the T69, 3 3090s from Best X3, Shooter and Sovjetic, 2 T1s, Disneyt and Oberst Fuchs.
That's an interesting lineup, but they've gone for a super heavy lineup here with 2 32s here for Didor and Antelich with 3
But
1390s.
Garage
So
is called.
Oh, something's gone wrong. But 1390s, and that is pretty exciting lineup.
Yeah.
We've got 2 heavy tanks and 3 lights versus 2 meds. Wasn't it? It was 2 meds? I can't remember the other one. It was
It was
T69
5100.
and 5100. That was it.
So one
So
heavier.
that is interesting. If the 5100 worked, there we go. There's the lineup again. So the 5100 kind of is a big threat for the T32 if it can get round the side, not really from the front.
Exactly, but the T32s are also a big threat for the 5100 because he's so huge, and if you play with the turret good in the mid area, they can shoot the 5100 all the time.
So, okay, I can already plan what's going to happen there for ESC. They're going to try and get around the back. They can't go for a frontal assault. Not against 2 T32s when you haven't got one. I think it's a big mistake not picking either a Persian or T32.
Also, I think it's a bit strange that they pick 3 3090s instead of 2 3090s in one of the VZs if they want to go for the hill. Because if you pick 3 3090s, you definitely want to go for the hill. So why not picking a VZ?
True, but we will see what their plan is as soon as the connection problem is being solved. But I don't know. It seems like ESC have got something in mind. It just smells something is up.
Yeah.
And this is something that I think that Unity's seen the lineup and like, oh no, my cable fell out. I need to think about this because it seems really, really like, okay, we need to think about this. They
My
obviously
computer
got a plan.
crashed, dude.
Yeah, they've obviously got something in mind.
Yeah, that's. I
What's
think
that
it's
noise?
because of Shooter. Shooter was a mind player. She got something in the mind. I think that's the case. Yeah, battle is ready. So let's go in, and I think we can start any second.
Yeah, I think we'll go straight back into the game. Sorry about that noise, guys.
It's a small ventilation, climatic, whatever. Hello. Maybe it's an UFO landing. Who knows? We are in Russia. Everything can happen here.
Anyway, the battle will be starting anytime soon, regardless if a jumbo jet hits the building or not, because that's certainly it's like
maybe they're starting to clean up the room. Who knows?
It's happened before. It has happened before.
Yeah.
But we will go into the battle as soon as we can. I do expect something from the ESC.
Yeah.
Some really, really powerful strategy, really something specific in mind. Something that they really want to do. So, yeah. We're going live now. Back into the battle. Try number 2 for mines. We have the 5100 versus the double T32, because I don't think the T69 is going to be a big part of this unless somehow he can pin down those 1390s.
Yeah, that's true. And I think we're in the President Hotel. Maybe the President is landing in his helicopter on the roof. Who knows?
Let's get ready to rumble.
So, really interesting who will get the hill first with 39. If they are able to block the enemy team from going up, bring the 69 into the game, I mean, that must be the goal for ESC, to block the 39 from going up, that the 3090 can empty this clip immediately.
It must be the way they're doing it, but look at this. We are seeing ESC push straight into the center. That's their plan. They're going to make sure that these T32s cannot get into position. If that happens, that's been really good. But they have 2 T69s. It could happen, but here we go. Big battle in the middle as Rhino goes and actually sees what's going on.
Yeah, the T-32 is playing defensive. Rhino spotted them, then immediately have to go back. There's absolutely no chance for him to go up to the hill. Kapi is going for the island with his 1390. And yeah, it's again, Red is playing something similar like Navi did, huh?
Yeah, it seems that Red is playing defensive here. They knew that it's a light lineup. If they're against a light lineup, you have to defend at least for the first minute to see what's going to happen. And you see here that Diodor is looking behind him, expecting some sort of light tank to pop over and give him a shot in the back. Yeah. So they're actually abandoning the front line, kind of. They have the C-32 down on the...
But Anatolich, he missed the shell. Shy. Yep. That was an important one. Yeah, and I think that from the positioning, it's really strange. Same setup, same positioning in the beginning from Unity, like Navi. Looks like they really trained against each other before this event.
It kind of does, although ESC are playing obviously something a bit interesting. The Jumbo Jet has clearly landed, so the sound has been cleared. We didn't die, so for any of those who were nervous, we are fine, and the connection is still stable, so it's all good. And there we go. The first T1 does go down. It was from a 1390, so that is one shell missing from the big assault if it happens. The T32s, though, from Red Rush Unity are ready to make something happen. They are bullying ESC right now, but will they make something happen? Antelich misses this shot against Sovnik, so now something needs to happen for ESC to counter this big push. However, looking on the far left, Lucic's not really in a position to help.
No, Best X3 will check now if the second tank there in this area still there, or if they can go for the T-32. There was a hit on Diodor and one on Anatolich, and Rhino was spotted, so they know there are only 2 T-32s actually, so they maybe
Diodor gets blocked by Antelich and receives the shot, but he's going to back off without any further damage, no doubt. But behind him, and they are pinging for him, there is a 1390 waiting for these 32s to come back. Antelich did receive a hit. When did that happen? From the back?
No, as they were going up, immediately get one from the 69. Diodor get one and Anatolich get one. But yeah, Best X3 get passive spotted from Anatolich if he go back, and then the 39 from the island will shoot him, so he has to back off. And I think they will just go for the reload with the 3090s. Now they got the time, no pressure.
Wait a minute. We see massive movement here from ESC as they push across the minimap. Here, you can see them in the center moving over to the edge.
Yeah, it's Best X3 and Soviet Nick. Oberst Fuchs is spotting. He's close to the wreck from Bulkin, so he will spot soon the back of Anatolich. And I think if he didn't get
the front of Anatolich.
Yeah, okay, you turned around. I didn't see it from my perspective. Yeah, and I think the 239s can drop down and go through the base. It could be a terrible threat for Unity if they really go into this base area.
Lucic was spotted though by the T1 Desnik on the far left there, so the west now is conquered by the Unity, but not really. The T1 is really threatening him.
Again, I have to say, I really like the positioning from ESC and also the game style. They're playing aggressive, controlled, and got everything noticed around. They know where the heavies are, they know where the lights are, the T1s are, they know what they want to do, and I really like that from ESC. It's really impressive to see that.
I love every game so far from ESC. They have been, although the first map was a draw, it was not just a random draw. They had a game plan in mind. I love this from them. They are always doing something. They're not just being boring, they're not sitting back, they're not waiting for their enemy to make a move. They are making the moves.
And now they are dropping down, and I think they will go from behind to the T-32s.
Oh, they've been spotted though. This is a bad mistake from them. They've dropped down. 5100s have been spotted, and they're doing some damage here, but from the base, Artichny is able to get some shots off here. It's going to be hard for them to cross, and Best X3 also takes some damage. This might be a bad move from ESC because they were spotted so early. Great spotting there from Unity.
Yeah, that's true, but all tanks also from Unity are spotted, and they got still the 5100 and the 3090 on the hillside. The shooter is there waiting with Falcon, so they still can flank them. But sure, Artichny in the base in the 3090 is a big problem actually for ESC, and they're trying to back off.
Backing off now. It was unfortunate that they were caught out. If they managed to get out, oh god, this is why they're backing off. Unity have realised they're split off, but Falcon's going to get caught out. There's no escape for him. He just has to do as much damage as he can because there's no support at all anywhere near him. But do Unity realise this? I don't think they do.
No.
Falcon is actually able to get the shots off. He's hitting Rhino, and he's actually doing just fine. This is a big mistake from Unity. How do they not see that? But they're going for Shooter. Shooter's going off the dead. He gets off the hill. Shooter knows how to deal with that hill. He's the first guy who successfully retreated off there without taking 250 damage.
But now they're in the position that they can't really move out, and Unity played it well. They escaped from this pressure and going for the hill.
Before she goes down a cab. This is big mistakes coming out from ESC. They're in a lot of trouble. They've lost their map control almost entirely. The only thing saving them is on the far left.
In 10 seconds the game totally changed from nice play by ESC to totally domination from Unity, and they got the T-32s in a good position. It's nearly exactly the same like Na'Vi did in the 5th round in the game before against A Gaming, and if they drop down they can kill them easily.
Falcon now is getting shots from Lusik. He's going to drop down, but if he drops down, he's not going to be able to support his teammates. Shy gets a shot into Lusik, but he's backing off. Rhino's blocking him, though, and he's got to be careful. But Falcon has gone round the back, and in the same time, Shooter's trying to get some shots off. It's not working, but Artichny's actually on the ground level, and he's going for it.
Yeah, and also Zorvinik is here in the base, like in the game before. They did the same mistake. They can't really share the hit point. The 3090.
But he's not hitting. He's not hitting his shots. But now he's hit Shooter. Shooter's on one more hit before he goes down. But Bex X3 comes around the corner. He goes, no, you're not taking down Shooter. You are going down. But oh no, 29 HP. He might be able to kill it. Just Bex X3, but no, he doesn't. He was on reload. Does not finish it off. But Unity do not waste any seconds. And look at ESC's health bars. All down to near nothing.
Yeah, only Zorvinik can hold one shell. All other tanks are down to one shot. But on the other side, Luciquel and Rhino also really low on hit points. Theodore got 576, so maybe a two-shot only until it his T-32 is in a good amount of hit points.
It was Artichny's fault. This situation is all his fault. He did not communicate with his teammates that he was coming around. Oh no, Shy's in trouble! One shot from Rhino, does not get the second chance. He could have saved the game right there, right here and there, if he managed to kill Shy, but now they're splitting off. The team is actually managing to spread out there, but in the meantime, there is a battle between Cap and Desnitz going on, and Cap is winning it. He's still at max
down
HP.
To 6 hit points. Looking not that good for the T1, and he is so really important because if he can kill the T1 from Unity, he can go for the cap, and then one tank from Unity has to go back.
This would be really bad news for ESC if their T1 drops right now. They really need their German officer to win this. Cap wastes most of his clip, but he just needs one shell to take him down, maybe two.
Yeah, but maybe he's on reload Cappy. I don't know if...
Dido gets some shots onto Shy, but does not connect. They're wasting his shells there, but he's a T-32. He does not have a clip. He doesn't need to worry about this. But in the meantime, the T1 battle continues, and Cap would have reloaded by now, and he's got to do this fight. He needs reinforcements from his team as soon as possible, but ESC have lost too much HP. They can't be aggressive
anymore. There's a 3090 drop down. It is Rhino, and maybe he will go and finish it. No, he decided to go for the city. Looks like that
he's got to go for Best X3, but Dido takes a hit and goes down, destroying them, and Desnitz goes down at the same time. So Best X3 goes down, and Desnitz. Now Rhino and Dido are going to go around the back and try and kill the 5100 here. Rhino just needs to connect one shot, but if he misses his opening shot, he can die.
Can kill him.
He can die. So this is not clear cut. Rhino's got to be careful. He's destroying a lot of terrain, which means that he will know that he's coming yet.
But the 3090 will
Shooter kills Dido.
Yeah.
Oh no, Dido kills Shooter. Sugar.
And there Rhino comes from behind, and he was
in a lot of trouble. There's 1 minute 30 left. They've got to hope their camp works. It looks like ESC have fallen, but they're not out of it just yet. We've seen situations like this turn on its head, but Antelis just got too much HP. His HP is too damn high.
That's true. And yeah, Zavenik is in a good position here in his own base, but I don't see how they will win that. I mean, Anatoly 1,000 hit points. He get a shell now, and 4 or more missing, and then they have to reload.
Sovnik though gets a shot for free against
And get
Antelich.
tracked.
If this continues, it could turn around, but I don't think they have enough shells to clear this up. I do not think they have them, but they got to make it work. Sovnik can't wait. The longer he waits, the worse it's going to get. He gets a second shot off him, but I'm not sure if this is going to be enough. He's got to make something happen though. There's the first shot against him. He needs one more to kill him. Falcon come around the other side, but Diodor's coming up. He needs to get Diodor. If Falcon doesn't get Diodor, it's too late. Diodor gets Sovnik. It's all over. That's all she wrote as Cap comes in to engage Falcon, and Antelich is too much HP. Oh, but he ricochets. Falcon doesn't have any shells left.
No,
That's the problem.
he's empty now. Falcon did a little mismove. I think he was distracted by Kapi in the T1.
There
Otherwise, he had two
GG.
shots on Dirador, and then he saved his teammate on the hillside. Then they had maybe a chance to come back into this game because Unity had all one-shots all over. But yeah, he missed his chance, only connected one shell, so Diodor was able to kill the 3090.
So close.
Yes.
ESC's big loss was purely that they got spotted coming off the hill.
Yeah.
Simple as that. They got spotted coming off the hill, and Unity, to their credit, knew exactly how to deal with it. As soon as they saw that move, it was just one bad spot. I can't remember if it was the T1 who spotted them or if it was the 1390 back in base, but either way, Unity got that spot. It was critical, and not only that, both of ESC's T1s lost their one-on-ones.
Yeah, but I really like the tactical move as they ESC was going for the village. Unity recognized it and immediately moving up to the hill. Going up on the hill, get the better position. Then ESC had to back up, have to go back, but they had no chance. They had to corner in this.
They cornered them off one by one, and that was just great move from Unity. Very intelligent play. You can see why they're the number 2 in Russia right now. Yeah. Crazy plays by Unity. They didn't drop the ball like they did against Tau. I guess it was cockiness. They were overconfident against the 13th place or whatever they were. 11th place Tau. And wow, it just shows how strong these guys actually are. ESC, though, to their credit, are very, very strong too. These guys impress me.
Yeah,
really,
an
really
amazing job and performance they show here yesterday, today, and yeah, we will see more games from them, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. Regardless what happens in the next match, which is, by the way, Runeberg.
On fire. It has to be burned with these two teams.
No, they want their FPS. They don't want to have to deal with the smoke. So, what's their status on Runeberg? Have we got any notes on them at all?
Not really, no.
They
never ever played before.
They've never met here on Runeberg. But looking at the damage from the previous battle, Artichny and Falcon really... I can't believe Falcon did that much damage.
Yeah.
He was isolated from his teammate, no support whatsoever. And Unity just said, like, ignore him. Ignore him, let him do the damage.
Yeah, exactly. They had to do the damage while they were moving up the hill, but it was more important to get the position on the hill instead of focusing on Falcon.
At the end, it looked like a big mistake, but obviously Unity know what they're doing.
Also, Falcon had the chance to drop down behind in the water, and then he's super safe. So it make no sense to follow him and try to kill him. So
well, not follow him, but at least look at him.
Yeah, or shoot at him.
Even just looking at him probably would have made him jump off the cliff.
That's
true.
So,
you know, they just ignored him though. They were not even turrets looking. They just wanted to take the hill. But it worked out for Unity really well. Even though Shy and Falcon were up high.
Yeah.
You know what? Did anyone actually let anyone down there? I don't think they did. There's no real obvious mess. I mean, Shooter kind of got outplayed there. He didn't really get any damage done. SX3 got 8 shots, 8 connection, but only 800 damage? What?
32 turrets? Must be something like that.
I think he got 2 finishing shots. One of them must have been a T1, and I guess a lot of tracking shots.
Yeah, something like tracking shots or turret hits from the.
No, penetrations. All of them penetrations.
Okay.
All of them penetrations.
And
8
he
out
was
of 8.
really, really unlucky.
Unlucky, or just we have to watch. I wish we could watch the replay to see exactly what happened there, because he must have been hitting tracks left, right, and center.
That's true. Yeah.
Which is not necessarily luck or unluck. It's just bad aiming.
Exactly. Yeah. Maybe that could be also the point. But yeah, it's 2-1 for Unity. So ESC can save themselves to the overtime, but they can't win it in the regular 5 rounds.
They can't now. No, they can't. They have to win this next map, which is the
to go to the overtime.
It's
the 5th map.
This is the 5th map.
Yeah.
Wow, this has got flown by. This has been absolutely amazing. Every map, including the draw, has been really, really good. I cannot believe we're on Runeberg, but this is Unity. They're taking this threat seriously now. I don't think they were coming into this. They're taking this more and more seriously. And in the middle there, Well, too late now. We move on to the next team. But this is ESC in front of you. Who's the guy on the right? Is that the German officer on the right?
I think it is, yeah.
I'm not entirely sure. I need to learn these guys' faces better. But as I said, we can't really communicate with them because most of them do not know English, or at least too shy to try their English on us. So I need to learn Russian.
Yeah, I tried in Moscow to speak with Oberstfuchs German, but he didn't understand it as well. So
he's just a fan of German.
maybe.
Actually, many of them are. We see German flags on all of these tanks, and we're like, wait, what? I guess it's when the Chinese people have English letters like "cool" written on their T-shirts.
Yeah.
So they have a tattoo of ice written on your hand.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's the same sort of concept, really.
Must be
It may look
something like
ridiculous
that,
to us, but I can imagine our Chinese tattoos look ridiculous to them too. So there we go. Actually, I see so much Korean, or at least Chinese. I can't read the difference, but wow. Here we go. Dead Zone says he spotted that Best X3 was using the small gun,
On the 1390.
and that is why his damage is so low.
Yeah, that could be a possibility there. Sure.
Yeah.
I pointed that out yesterday that you can use maybe
You
on
did.
13090 the small gun, doing less damage, basically like a T71.
Thank you,
but
Dead
you
Zone.
win the hill fight. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a very
Good
good point
eyes.
to. Yeah,
I
very good
missed
point
it.
to that. We did not see that during the
Yeah.
fight. There was too much action going on. We really didn't pick up on that. But if you do the math, it's about right. One tracking shot, the 7 penetrations would be around the damage for the 75mm. So yeah, good. Yeah, good thing. And Snip agrees. So if Snip agrees, it must be right. But still, this match has been really, really exciting every step of the way. Both teams are countering each other with strategies, and I think Unity have the decision making to pull this back. But the actual openings and taking charge of the actual map, ESC are doing a fantastic job at this.
Yeah. Well played. I mean, you can't do more. I mean, that's everything it's possible, I think, for them. They're playing at the max level. They are top fit at the moment, perfectly prepared.
Yep. I need to watch these guys a bit more closely, ESC.
Yeah.
I can't believe they did so badly online.
I also don't understand why they finished at 8th place. I don't know.
I'm glad that they're keeping this aggressive tactics. A lot of teams, when they play aggressive and they fail, they resort to camping tactics because it's easier to get good results against bad teams. But they're keeping up this aggressive tactics. Look at them at the grand finals, the offline finals for season 3 for the Russian cluster, and they are in the upper brackets in the semi-finals. So you guys, you can do it. Be aggressive, make it fun, and you'll have the audience behind you, and that is more important sometimes than the win.
That's true, and they're really playing not even for the audience, also for themselves. I mean, they win most of the games with this game style.
What is their percentage of wins?
The percentage of win in the season or from rounds?
Season.
They won in this season 17 games, 10 lost, so it's close to 60%.
Okay, what about total matches?
Total matches, they're only 2 seasons in. It's from the 150 rounds they played, it's only 71 rounds, so it's 46% only.
So it's a bit harsh. They're actually dropping a lot of...
in the regular season they didn't play that well. In the last season and 4th place they played really, really well. But this season, I don't know why they struggle that lot. Also, if they lose most likely 5-0 or 4-1. So it's not close games. If they lose completely.
It seems like they maybe on their last 2 maps. Have you reviewed the other maps? Maybe they YOLO a bit or play.
They tried sometimes tactics, but it looks like they played normal stuff. But maybe it's a motivation thing if they go 2-0 behind. Or
maybe when they go 3-0 behind, the 4th, 5th game, they're like, let's just charge it and shoot and die.
Yeah, you can't expect 110% after you already lost. Yeah, that's not working.
Yeah. Yeah, fair enough. So, how are you guys doing in the chat? Are you enjoying this series? Which has been your favourite match so far? Have you been here for day 1, day 2? These are the sort of questions you can talk about in the chat. We have only seen the 110 once, and we saw that you guys really wanted to see a bit more. And unfortunately,
I'm still waiting for Waffenträger.
Waffenträger has not been there. The Waffenträger.
Yeah, I can't wait for it. And Ruinberg. Heavy lineup? What
Maybe
do you think?
Waffenträger lineup.
I would love 5 Waffenträger against 5 Waffenträger.
Could do it.
Rheinmetall Baltic Waffenträger.
The Baltic can easily deal with it. They could deal with anything, 5 of them. I'm surprised no team is doing it. It's OP. Have you seen that tank? It's OP.
Yeah, totally overpowered. Got the turret, yeah.
Do you know, I remember when the autoloaders first came and people just didn't know how to deal with them, didn't know their role in the game, and that was enough for people to be like, oh, they're so overpowered, they can do much damage. And then after people got used to them, they realized, oh, actually, it's not as good as it
remember the
first
time
seemed.
as they came out in the beginning from the French tank. There were only 1 French tank allowed in the 7-on-7 competitions.
Yeah, because people just didn't know how to deal with them. And
Yeah, and also most of the people didn't got them already because they were really new to the game. So if hardcore grinded and got already 3 or 5100s, the other team had absolutely no chance with T32s or IS3s.
Yeah, on some maps especially.
Yeah.
Especially because the 1390s and before then when
Was
they
a
first
tier
came
7
out.
at this point.
Yes, but still very, very potent. My point was
Yeah.
that there was no real light or med tanks that could be used. It was in the early days. It was really a heavy versus heavy fight with some artillery, and then this 5100 turned up. Unless you hit it with your artillery, it would just destroy one of your heavy tanks, and you're like, wait, what?
Yeah, also the cool thing, the 1390, I mean, the damage was the same, but it was a tier 7 tank and close to the same hit points. So you get more and more tanks, so you can use the tier 5 scout if you use 4 1390s as well.
Yeah. Luckily
tier 5
that
artillery.
they were adjusted because
Yeah.
that was complete beep.
Overpowered.
Overpowered. Okay, so they're preparing for the last map. This is ESC's last chance. They need the win here regardless. So I kind of expect maybe some cheeky tactics here from Unity, just defend. Although I can't really tell the difference between their cheeky tactics and normal tactics. They kind of just sit back and defend anyway. I don't think we have had Unity be aggressive from the start. They've always played defensive. So
But we're going live.
Let's go into it. It's currently 2-1 to Unity. ASC really need this to stay in it.
Exactly.
But let's go into game number 5. 2-1 to Unity.
We got on the side of ESC, Schultz and Zovitnik in the 5100, Falcon in the IS3, Best-X3, Shooter in the 1319, Disnet and Oberstfuchs in the T1s.
And we have got Rhino in the 110, just as I was complaining about it, the 110. And we have Artishny and Diodor in the 5100s, Antelich and Lusik in the IS3s, and Bokikincap in the T1s. Now that's an interesting combination there. It's reverse completely. 3 heavies versus 2 lights and a heavy.
Yeah, and it will be interesting if the team's heading for the open or going for the city side. It looks like ESC immediately go with all tanks for the open area.
Well, of course, look at the light lineup. They're going to try and take advantage of that, but Unity are having none of that.
I don't hope what Unity is doing.
I know exactly what Unity is doing. I called it before the match started.
Yeah,
Unity
they only need to draw.
Only need to draw. And what do you think they're going to do? This is going to be interesting. Can ESC do this?
From my experience, I can say it's absolutely no way you can do it from the open. You have to go from the 1 line or 2 line, charge in with 4 tanks and focus them out because they're in a line, so they're blocking basically themselves and can't really help each other. But if ESC really tried to attack them from the open, there's no chance.
No chance at all. This is, wow, this is getting close. I just... I don't know if ESC can do this, so they're obviously checking to make sure that this BS is going on, but...
the good thing is ESC play always aggressive and check out and trying to get the map control, so they will notice it really soon, and then they got at least 6 to 7 minutes time to react to it.
They know it. I mean, even my clan have come in against this situation where we've gone to the aggressive, we scattered everything out, and then we're like, oh, we know where they are. They're in 1-2. We know where they are. Immediately. Look, ESC are already responding. They're already moving around. If we go to ESC's point of view, we can see their movements around.
Super aggressive, already close to the cap, and all other tanks going back to the base. They know what's going on. They know that Red only have to draw. So, yeah. You see, Best-X3 is here, super aggressive, close to the cap. It's not even spotted, so there must be everything in the city. And yeah, ESC got all time in the world now to react on it. 8 minutes, 15 seconds left. So, I think they will find a way to beat that.
Even the T1s are hiding in the corner. It's, they're now sending out one. Balkan is... No, not really.
Yeah, Falcon and Zovitnik moving through the D3 area. I mean, actually, they're not sure if maybe Unity is going for a cap temp or more aggressive in the city. But yeah, Falcon move around now, didn't get spotted. So they know, okay, they're all in the 1-2 line in the south.
Yeah, there's not much else you can say about this. This Unity is going for the tactic that I guess Wusa should have gone for in WCG. They would have beaten Ukraine. They would have been the gold medalists. It is BS, but it is intelligent. It's like if the first map is a draw and you win 2-1 in the other maps, then why play aggressive on the next map? It's just the way things are. In football, if you are up 2-1 and it's 5 minutes left to go, you play defensive. You don't play aggressive. Your goalkeeper holds
the ball extra, 15 seconds extra, you throw it away, you need 10 seconds more. Yeah,
it's cheap tactics, but it's part of it.
Yeah, and don't forget, it's a lot of money on the line.
Yeah, $50,000. You're not going to just go, whatever.
Yeah.
So ESC are going to approach this from every angle. I want to see how they do this, because we played in practice like 20 times in a row trying to break this, and it's so hard.
Yeah,
you have
really
to mess up as the defender. It's so hard to lose this.
Yeah, the only time it worked for me, it was from the north on the one line. You have to attack there. If you go for the open, there's no chance, because they're hiding behind all these windows. You can't help each other. You're too far away. So basically the south and the north camp from ESC is too far away to help them. So even if ESC decide to attack on one side, Unity can go with all tanks on this smaller camp or even on the bigger camp, because it's a 5-on-3 or a 5-on-2, and it's no problem to clear that. And then you can go back, and it's still safe for you. So ESC have also to be a combined attack, and they need all tanks a bit in the north.
Well, Balkan's the key here for Unity. If he wasn't here, they would be actually pretty hard done by if something came from the first column, but they know that someone would be here. And there's Falcon going in. This is going to be a huge risk situation for him. Can he actually pull this off? Getting into position, and Lusik's actually already moving to see if he can get him. And, well, I don't know. I really hope that ESC have got a plan for this. They must have planned for this eventuality.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, they're also playing team battles or against weaker teams who have to do that. Playing without T1s, they got no vision. So I hope for them that they know how to handle that. But looks like they're actually exactly in the same position like 1 or 1.5 minutes ago. And yeah, they need really... Oh, Best63 gets some hits. He's down to 767. To 1390
didn't
already.
notice when that happened, but that's bad news for ESC.
Yeah, bad news. Hit point wise behind, and then as well have to play against camping Red Rush Unity. And I mean, it's maybe working easier against players who don't know how to play or how to aim if they're camping, because they are bad players and you're the better players, and that's the reason why they're camping. But you're playing against the top dogs of the league, the second place team all over the last, I would say, 5 months. So it will be really hard for ESC to break through.
Really hard. This is next to an impossible situation for them. Unfortunately, losing the last battle could have been the end for them. It might have ended before this battle even started, and I really feel for them. This is not a way to go out.
Yeah, the good thing is we definitely will see a big fight in the end. There's no normal draw happen, because ESC have to do something, have to risk something.
Shooter comes round the side, and he sees that Balkan is definitely there, and
blow up.
Cap goes down, so that's a really good move there. And oh wow, Shooter got that shot. Nice.
Yeah, Shooter, he was driving out in the 1390 here. Spotted him, I think, as well.
Nice.
And, yeah.
That's the first step they needed. That's the first step they needed. They got 4 more minutes to figure this puzzle out. This is like a Rubik's Cube. You go at it slowly. You keep twisting it, and
if I would be ESC now, I would send in my 2 T1s. I mean, they have to be all in the corner. Send the T1s in. You don't need them in the end. Just check out where the exact positions.
Look at the formation of the T1s. They are already in position ahead of their heavy tanks to go in.
Yeah, and then send in, get some information, and then try to find the hole in the defensive line. Just push in, focus one tank out, go back off, go in, focus the next one out. That's the only way ESC can do it. And they should not wait too long. I mean, if they lose it in the end, it doesn't matter if it's draw or lose. So go in at 4 minutes. It's better than going at 2 minutes.
It really is, because if it ends up a draw, they still lose. They just need to go in and finish it. I guess they got to get the confidence.
And Shooter is moving forward again.
Maybe he was reloading. They're waiting for the reload.
Yeah, that could be possible, that you wait for all 6 shells. Working spot, Ryan is spotted. Also on the other side, Best63 is moving in with the 1390.
Will hit him hard if he comes round for Balkan, and I think he knows that this sort of things would happen. But on the other side, Best63 gets across without any damage. Great move there by ESC.
Yeah, I think distracted from Shooter, they didn't aim for this area, and Best63 moves through. But still, he can't really help and shoot there in this area. So there is one hit from Schultz. I think another one from Schultz against Artishny.
Is now spotted though, but he is getting damage off. And
Best63 get also one shell.
This is looking good for ESC. They're making progress, although there's 3 minutes left on the clock. I kind of, for the first time ever, want the clock extended.
Yeah, that's true. But you see how good the defensive is here. Balkan is spotting for Shooter, and Anatoli is sitting behind in the window, showing only his turret. So the Shooter in his 39 is a perfect target for him. It's really hard to break through. They need really 5 tanks, of at least 4 tanks on one side to break through the defensive and kill one tank out. And there are the 2 ones that, without getting any really important information up to the game. So hopefully they can go through now. 2 minutes 20 left on the clock. Go ESC, you have to do it. Do it, please. And Falcon moves now also in. The question is how they can use Schultz. This is 1,200 hit points. 40 seconds left on the clock. All players from ESC are also one shots. 500 hit points left for Rhino. 30 seconds left on the clock. It could
They need to go in and lose 6 to 282 HP. Rhino gets a bounce though. Shooter misses the shot against Rhino, but he hits the next one. There are 2 at 1 shot. There are 20 seconds left, but they just need one more shot each. But Shooter goes down. Can they do this? One more shot for Lusiki goes down. 26 HP. Yes, he does. 15 seconds. 14, 13. One more shot's needed, but no, he takes him down. Soviet needs to aim. Can Soviet do it? No, Soviet doesn't have any shells left. 6, 5, 8 HP. 8 HP. No way! If he's gonna survive this, that's the end. No way!
Unbelievable. 8 hit points
That's
left.
ridiculous! Unity go through to the finals for 8 HP. Shooter bouncing in the end. That is the end. But they cracked it. They cracked the defense. If it went on for just 5 more seconds, that would have been an easy victory. They cracked the defense.
Amazing play against Chelsea. They should proud themselves about it to play against Unity that aggressive against a camping Unity.
Oh my god!
That wowing, that unbelievable.
They could have gone in earlier. Why did the ESC not go in 5 seconds earlier? 5 seconds earlier.
5 seconds.
Oh my god! God! My god! How did that happen? How did that happen? How? Oh my god, they cracked it. I cannot believe that we saw a crack.
What a game.
They did it.
Wow.
ESC did it, but they just ran out of time. 8 HP. 8 HP.